Hello, everyone. This is a small demo about using the FlexUp app to set up your business and sign all your contracts with your different business partners and associates. So we're going to do together a very simple case study, which is actually a real story that I'm currently in discussion with a law firm in Belgium. The owner and manager is Celine, and she's trying to find a way to recruit new people with a FlexUp system to basically manage her cash properly while incentivizing her team and making them associates in her business. So the way we're going to do this is we're on the FlexUp website, which is flexup.org. And if you want to create a proper FlexUp account and actually start using FlexUp, you can apply for early access, and you get 1 year of free access to our pro plan and 2 hours of free advisory. This is required to help you set up your account properly. But now, for the sake of this demonstration, we're going to go all the way down and we're going to launch a sandbox. So you can either get a proper access to the app if you apply to the Trailblazer program, or you can test the app in a demo environment, which means that you can see different scenarios, but you cannot actually create your own, or you can go into the sandbox and you can test and make simulations. So that's what we're going to do now. We're going to go into the sandbox, and you can see that, oh, sorry, I need to log out here. So we're going to cut this, Piyush. Later, you're going to do some editing. Is that okay?
Yeah, it's okay.
So I'm going to come back to where I was. So you can see that you have three options. Either you can apply to the Trailblazer program, and then we will contact you and give you access to the real app, or you can explore different scenarios in the demo environment. And you can see here that we have several scenarios. And each scenario allows you to go on the website on the demo environment and log in with those credentials. So here you can see that you are in the demo environment, and you can see different scenarios when you log in with the right credentials. So for this, the purpose of today's demonstration, we're going to actually go in the sandbox where we're going to create this new scenario. So if you go on the sandbox, I'm going to close the flexup.org website. Now we are in the app, the flexup.app in the sandbox. So I'm going to sign up as a Celine.example at, let's just do flexup.org, right? This is going to be an example. And I'm going to create a simple password, 123 for now. In the future, of course, we're going to have some restrictions on which password you can use. Make sure you agree on, you read the terms of use and the FlexUp license, and you can view them here, right? Terms of use and FlexUp license, you can download it. Basically, the FlexUp license means you're free to use all the contract templates, all the models, all the tools that we provide for free. But if you're making a business out of it, if you're using our intellectual property, our templates for your business, then you need to ask a license. But if it's for your own use, you can use it for free. And I'm signing up. So I'm going to receive in my email a verification link. So let's just do that. Okay, so I received this verification link from the flexup.org server. It may end up in your spam box. So just if you don't see the verification link within a few seconds, check your spam box, because usually it comes very quickly. Okay, so let's just pursue this. I'm creating my personal profile, and I'm going to call this. So we're in Belgium. You see that the currency is added by default. You can add a picture here. And now let's understand where we are, right? So we are in the FlexUp app in the sandbox environment. We have this wizard that explains the different elements of the page. So you have a button here to toggle the menu. This is the menu. The menu has different sections. So make sure you follow the wizard. Every page has a wiki with some explanations about what you're seeing. And we encourage you to click on this button to see the wiki. This is the account selector, and you will see in a few minutes that you can have multiple accounts in the FlexUp app. This is how you can switch from one account to another. Okay, so what you saw was the wizard. You can always come back here and restart the wizard. And then if you missed anything, and then you can mark it as complete, and then you're done. So this is a little checklist of things that you can do to get started. So before we do that, I just want to show that here, when you click on your account selector, you see that what you've done now is you've successfully created your personal account. So you are signed in as a user. Celine example, you can see the email address. And this user can have multiple accounts, always starting with the personal account. So as part of your checklist, one of the things you can do is to complete your personal profile. It's not required. You can create an account without providing all your personal information. But if you want to sign a contract, at some stage, you're going to use this app to sign contracts, then you need to have your personal details filled in. Okay. So let's just do that for a second, and then we're going to be able to move forward. So of course, I'm going to put random data. I'm born in 1995, and I was born in Brussels, and my is Belgium, and then my document is a passport, and my passport number is 123. So since this is my personal account, I'm going to keep this private because I don't want people to look me up in the public directory and send me contracts or offers. I'm going to keep this private for now. And I'm going to put like 123 Main Street. So the default jurisdiction is important. It's basically whenever you sign a contract, you need to know which law applies and in which city this contract should go in, which court you need to go to in case of litigation. By the way, you notice that on most fields and labels, if you hover with your mouse, you're going to get a little tooltip that explains what it means. So if you have any doubts about anything, you can look for these tooltips, or of course, you can click on this button and then you have a detailed explanation. I strongly encourage you to read this because there's a lot of concepts in FlexUp that are new and you need to understand them in order to really fully take advantage of the app. For example, for the accounts, we have different types of accounts. We have individual accounts, that is basically you, represents you. You can do contracts and buy stuff as yourself, as an individual. You can create a legal entity account if you actually have a business or an NGO that is a registered legal entity. Or you can just create a sub account for a hobby or a pet project or an informal business that doesn't have a registration yet. You can also create a grouping like a consortium between different accounts, different people, different businesses. Or if you just need to create an account, like a third-party account to register some business or contracts that you're doing offline, you can create an unspecified account. And then an account can be online. That means that it's actively managed, or it can be offline. So typically unspecified accounts can only be offline. It means that you're just creating an account to keep track of contracts or payments or transactions that you're having with this third party, but that third party is not actually using the FlexUp app, okay? I'm doing this like a very high level explanation, but if you spend a bit of time, you can find all the information you need, either by hovering on those labels or fields, or by clicking on this button. And when you have several options, for example, you see here it's private. I actually have a detailed explanation about what it means to be a private field. And if I switch to public, you will see that the tooltip is different. Okay. So if you have many choices and you don't know which one to pick, you can also, of course, you can go all over the label and get a general explanation about what this field is about. But you can also pick each of them individually, and you will see very specific information about what this option means. Okay. So this is my personal account. I'm going to keep it private. I put some data here, and you can see that all of this stuff looks weird. Why? Because these fields that are in the gray boxes, they're only updated after you save. So I'm saving, and now you can see that it looks nice, like my full address, my full name with address, so these different pieces of text will be used in your invoices, in your contracts. So it's a way for you to check that everything looks clean, right? Is my legal identification complete? Yes. All the fields required for legal identification have this little circle. You even have a tooltip that says required for legal identification. And the ones with the stars, they're actually required to create the account. So you see that to create the account, I only need first name and last name, and the currency, and the country. That's the only 4 things that are required to create an account. So let's go back to the dashboard, and I can see that my personal identification is complete.